very packed agenda to get through, so we'll be letting more folks on as they come in, and I think we should hopefully have some time at the end if we want to catch up and chat with some faces we might not get to see all that often. We'll go ahead and do so. My name is Mackenzie Brown. For those that might not know me, I'm the Director of Operations for the Chijnaya Foundation, and we're so excited that you're all here with us tonight. We are going to, we have, like I said, we have a packed agenda, and our main goal is to celebrate that this is our 20th anniversary. So we have some wonderful things planned for you. We have some special individuals who are joining us, including our presidents from both the Chijnaya Foundation and Prodia, who will be giving us some greetings. And we have some other special guests who have been crucial to the history of the foundation. David is going to run through a wonderful timeline of the milestones that we've achieved during these 20 years. And although there's a lot that we can touch on, we've tried to highlight some of the most memorable, but I know that we also have some folks on here that probably have some wonderful stories. So I think we'll be hearing some of those throughout the evening as well. And of course, it's great to celebrate, but it's also important to look forward to the future. So we have some exciting news from the Prodia team regarding some of their plans. And then, of course, from the Chijnaya Foundation, this is the launch of what we traditionally do for a summer fundraising campaign. So we have some exciting news there. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. And I'm going to go ahead and give the microphone over to our board president, Susie Bork.
Hey, Susanna.
Well, good evening, friends, and thank you very much for taking a moment from your
What?
busy lives and days to join us this evening. We are in the midst of a real celebration, but also the launch of an important campaign for the future. We're celebrating 20 years of the existence of the foundation. We have our founder with us tonight, Ralph, and of course, David Cajo, who was with him from the outset, and Dr. Mike Rensick will also be with us as well. So lots of folks who were there at the Ignacio, who were there at the beginning and are with us still and guiding us as we make this celebration. It's worth pointing out that 20 years is rather an accomplishment in a small nonprofit such as we are. Most nonprofits of our size disappear after the first 5 years. And to have made it not only 10 or 15, but to really hit the 20 mark is a sign of both the success of the model and the work that is underway, the commitment of the staff, and the loyalty of the donor base, which in our case, fortunately, is very strong. And so tonight is a way of celebrating all that those various groups have accomplished and to talk about what will be coming in the future. So we do want to thank you very much for being with us. As Mackenzie has mentioned, we're also launching a new campaign, and it's an historic campaign. Last year, as a result of a match, we were able to raise $100,000 in our campaign. And so this year, with the help of the Western Wind Foundation and with very generous donors and board members, our goal for the match is $120,000. And so after tonight's presentation, we will be moving forward toward that goal. And with thanks to all of you for getting the word out about the foundation, that's what helps people understand the work that we have underway and want to support that work. They hear about it from those of you who are engaged in it and working with us or who have supported it in some fashion or another. So we're very pleased to have you with us and hope that you will be able to take from tonight's session some sense of the accomplishments of the past 20 years, why your support matters, and why we count upon you for that. Now, we're all back still enthused from our annual meeting in January when we were able to visit a very large number, representative number of the associations and communities where Prodia, the Prodia Association, which is our arm in Peru has been operating, and also to meet with the strengthened, revitalized, and strong board from ProDia. And I'm very grateful that our dear friend, Dr. Ricardo Roca, the president of the board of ProDia Association, is with us this evening. So let me turn the microphone over to Dr. Ricardo for his words. Welcome.
Qué bueno.
Dr. Ricardo?
He just recently joined us, so we'll give him a minute.
Is he on,
Yeah, there
Mackenzie?
he is.
Oh,
There
there
he
he
is.
is.
Go ahead, Dr. Ricardo.
Hola.
Jesus.
Hola, Ricardo.
Hello, everybody.
Adelante, Ricardo, con...
Tú tienes la palabra.
Muchas gracias. So I'm so sorry, but in this moment I'm at work and for the time was confused. But anyway, so in fact, was a pleasure still here this for this meeting. I say hi from Puno in Peru. We are at 3,800 meters of level, okay, from the sea. So when Chijnaya told me that talk about this 20 years of work, my mind was like a deja vu. How started the work in the Andean, in the Altiplano. 20 years ago, obviously, I have more hair than now. And I remember how I started work with Dr. Bolton, with Robert, David. The first contact was because they need a doctor for one activity, for medical activity in Pucara. And one friend said, okay, contact with Dr. Ricardo. And well, 20 years later, I'm here with yours. I'm so happy for work with Chijnaya Foundation. Can I see how the life changed and in the people from in the village, in Pucara and other communities that work in these first years? We start work with one or two communities. Now we work with around 50 communities. I have a pleasure that contact with the people. When the people talk with me, said how is the difference that the life 20 years ago, how the houses was very, 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 very basic, and now have more accommodation, offer opportunities for the child, for the studies, and the and these people, the child, the students. I see how grow up from the kindergarten. Now some people at the university, and with the activity with becarios. I don't remember the word in English. Sorry. With becarios, how changed the life. We offer opportunities for see other kind of life, and the becarios work for projects for their own communities because it's part of the rules. In fact, can I say many thanks, Chijnaya Foundation, many thanks the people that's still there, because with your support, you in fact changed the life to the people in Pucara and the other communities. Imagine here in Puno, each family is around minimum five persons in each family. Normally, it's between 7, 8 persons in each family, and with your support, we can change the life of the people. Now, now that I'm the president of the Prodia here in Puno, this is my second time like a president. We try to organize a new people and new members of the directory, the membership, new memberships, and for see the same feeling with the communities. We are at the moment we are 9 memberships, and at the moment only you live in Puno. The other people live in other in other places in Peru, but each one offer the the time that is the more important thing that the people have in this moment, because they offer the time every month for talk about the projects. David every month present how is the project, how is the details, the upgrade for each project, and we try to do more things. Or at the moment we have to we talk the door to the 2 organizations, new organizations, for say we have this project. Are you interested? We need money for that because it's for the people in the Altiplano in Puno, and the answer is not really quickly, but now we continue with that. Finally, in these 20 years, I'm sure that the Chijnaya Foundation not only not change only the life to the communities. You changed my life too.
No, eso. Bravo, bravo.
Many thanks, many thanks, and we continue hand to hand and with arm for continue to change the life to the people and offer many opportunities in this part of the area, the earth.
Thank
And
you,
a big
Dr.
hugs.
Ricardo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Abrazos, abrazos fuertes.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. I'm sorry for my bad English.
No, you're
No, it's good.
Very good.
Thanks for joining us. And we're going to hear a little bit further along some of the plans that Prodia has. So we'll come back to you, Ricardo. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you,
I
Mackenzie.
also wanted to acknowledge some of what Ricardo mentioned is that they've expanded their board, and a lot of their board members are on this call with us, as well as our beloved Prodia staff is joining the call as well. And so we'll hear from some of those folks throughout the evening as well. So thank you all for joining us. It's always wonderful when we can all get together. This photo is from our meeting in January in Arequipa. So again, it's even if we can't be together in person, I think gathering together virtually is a wonderful alternative. And before we dive into the timeline of our events that we wanted to highlight during these 20 years, I did want to draw attention to a few special guests that we have that don't traditionally necessarily join us in these meetings, but we're so excited that they're here. And like I mentioned, they're very integral to the history of the foundation. So we have Saul Waita, who's an ex-becario, ex-recipient of a scholarship, who is now practicing his profession. So he's actually filmed a short video for us, kind of updating us on where he's at in his life. So we'll hear from him later. We have Senor Ignacio Barantes with us as well. He's actually in person with David. So we'll be giving him an opportunity to speak a little bit later on as well. He is one of the founding members of the Chijnaya community. So he's also been very crucial to our wonderful 2 decades of history. We also have Senor Ciriaco Quispe with us, who was the individual who requested a Dr. Bolton return to visit Chijnaya after 40 years. So I don't think the foundation would be here without him, and it's wonderful to have him on this call with us. And of course, we have Dr. Ralph Bolton himself, the founder and past president of the Chijnaya Foundation, which again, I believe he's in Morocco currently, so it's a little late for him. So we'll try to make sure we carry this along so we can let him go to bed. But we want to make sure Ralph has an opportunity to speak as well. So thank you to all four of you for joining us. And of course, I just want to thank each one of you, the other members who are on this call as well. I think we're all realizing, as Dr. Ricardo mentioned, we're walking hand in hand together, and this would not be possible without the support of everyone on this call. So, thank you all for joining us. And now I'm going to turn over the microphone to David, who is going to run us through an exciting timeline with some fun photos of some of these milestones throughout the past. Over to you, David.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad that I'm see some friend faces. But today here we are celebrating not only 2 decades, but thousands of histories of effort, collaboration, and hope. Just I invite to imagine this in 2004. Dr. Bolton received an email from Mr. Siriaco Quispe, who's attending this meeting, who is a Chennai resident, who contacted him by email and invite him to return after all these years to visit Chennai. This invitation was accepted, and Dr. Bolton returned to Chijnaya after 4 years and found a community with full of dreams, but with urgent needs. So after the celebration, they approached to him and asked him, "Would you like to help us again?" So this is how this journey began, a journey that has brought us here today with 49 empowered communities, projects that have changed lives, and a network of allies that grows every day. So let me take you through these key moments that define these 20 years of work between the Chijnaya Foundation, communities, and the Prodia Association. So let's remember together. As I mentioned before, in 2004, we had no office or funds, but we did have one conviction. The development must be co-created with communities addressing their concerns and needs. They know in their reality, they could identify and propose their most important needs that to be addressed. So we began working hand to hand together, identify these critical problems that they need to be addressed for their growth and development. And now the next year in 2005, with the participation of the community leaders in Chijnaya, we start the participatory model development. What was the priority? Of course, they need to focus on their economic activity related to the cattle. So the first project was sheds and feeders for the dairy cattle, because without healthy animals, there was no future. Likewise, thinking about the health of the families, the construction of improvement stoves was proposed. And going into the next year, now we are on 2006. The first money arrived for the rotating funds program. So it arrived to 12,500, and all this money was made loans for 51 families. It seems a little bit of money, but that money turned into milk, cheese, and above all, in trust. So the trust start growing between the community and the Chijnaya Foundation. So after this first loans was made, the next year, all the 100% of the loans being repaid. So this is how the rotating fund program start or born, fostering local autonomy and sustainability. So this model with the year was replicated in the other organization year by year that join our network. And now we are in 2007. We have more villages join our network like Tuni Grande and Tuni Requena. So our work start expanding in the Puno area. We focus on the early years in the infrastructure, on the livestock infrastructure projects to improve the productivity of the families in the field, and of course, having more productivity of their animals, they have more income and a better quality of life. Until 2010, we are still expanding our network with some communities and organizations around Pucará. But I would like to mention an important milestone that is 2007, thinking about the education of the younger generations in the communities. A concern came through, that is what we can do about in for the future. So this is how the scholarship program start in 2007. We start working this first year with the Chijnaya community. We had 5 beneficiaries from that community. So these first scholar recipients like Judith Kaira, Fanny Mamani, now they are currently successful practicing their profession. They are working from the government, but we have other successful histories. I invite you now to watch a video of Saul Guaita. So he's a former becario from 2019 alumni.
Muy buenos días con todos, desde el lugar donde se encuentren. Me presento, yo soy Saúl Max Guaita Aguilar, yo soy de la comunidad de Pucachupa, pertenece al distrito de Pucará. La carrera que yo estudié fue la carrera de Ingeniería Civil en la Universidad Peruana Unión. Conocí el programa de becas mediante mi madre, que estaba asociado a las actividades de la comunidad. ¿Qué significó esta beca para mí? Significó mucho porque pude cumplir mis sueños, mis metas y todos mis proyectos que me había planteado. Me ayudó la beca durante mi vida universitaria, más que todo con los gastos financieros para la compra de mis recursos y para mis materiales. Me estoy dedicando ahora a ejercer la profesión como ingeniero civil. Estoy trabajando en la Universidad Peruana Unión, soy docente de carrera. Algunos logros más importantes de mi vida han sido culminar la carrera de Ingeniería Civil. Hoy en día estoy estudiando una nueva carrera de Administración en el área de las ciencias empresariales. También estoy siguiendo un posgrado en Gestión de la Construcción. Algún mensaje final que diría a todos los jóvenes es que sigan estudiando, cumplan sus sueños, cumplan sus metas. La Fundación de Chijnaya, mediante el programa de becas, está dispuesto a darles todo este apoyo. Y un agradecimiento profundo al directorio de Fundación Chijnaya, que han hecho mucho por estos jóvenes. Hoy en día, muchos de los profesionales que existen son gracias a ustedes. Y en un futuro no muy lejano, estos jóvenes profesionales serán el nuevo cambio para nuestro futuro. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Yes, thank you. So now we are our scholarship program. We are so proud of. It's almost 18 years that we start with the scholarship program. We have many testimonies and successful histories of the students of our becarios that now they are practicing their careers and they are working. So now we are located in 2008. This is a transformative milestone came that the Chijnaya community, where we start all this journey, they acquire the first agriculture tractor with an integrated plow and harrow. So this acquisition of the machinery mark a turning point into the productive autonomy, because before they got the tractor, they need to rent for hours for a private person, and they need to wait for or they need to inscribe in a waiting list so they can have the chance maybe for 1 or 2 hours to work in their fields. So this was very critical because the crops sometimes they don't have the chance to have to rent the tractor. So it was critical for the planting the crops. So now with an organized community using system and having their own machinery, they can program the use of the tractor for the local Chignayans, and so now they can have the chance to timely going to the working on their fields and optimize, of course, their agriculture cycle. So more than a tractor, this machinery represent the embodiment of their self-management. They were no longer spectators of their own development, but owners of the tools to build it. The same year of 2028 was the time to start collaboration with other organizations that they have that they like to help in the rural communities. So this is how we start a collaboration with the organization, the Engineer Without Borders. So together we evaluate the water systems in Chijnaya, because without clean water there is no health. So this was a remarkable point of this partnership, because it was the seed of the other water projects implemented up to date that I will refer later. So now we are on 2010. Is the 5 years period with the key moments that we already review. But in 2010, we have a strengthening our collaboration with other organizations. We had a collaboration, our first collaboration in the dental. That was with the organization PADA, that was the Peruvian American Dentist Association. So we worked together on activity that was carried in Chijnaya, but this collaboration inspired us for the future later to the formation of our dental program. I would like to mention this 2010. It was a crucial moment for us. That was, imagine, locating in October on the 2010. During the previous years, the Chijnaya Foundation was working, from the States. Ralph came down to the field and working direct on the projects, doing all this. But then an urgent need appears. We need a formal institution created and registered in Peru with local roots. So this is how in October 26, the Association Prodia was born. Not only as a strategic partner of the Chijnaya Foundation, but also as the operational arm to execute all the projects that was approved. So here in October of 2010, the Prodia Association was born. That year was very, very crucial for all of us, because we now have the Prodi organization, and it was just a name of in a paper. So it was time to have a commitment local talent. So, but we were not looking for employers. We were looking for leaders with a social sensitivity, a technical knowledge, and cultural roots to form a field team. So in July of on 2012, we have our first hire staff member, Licenciado Yuber Aguirre. He's an anthropologist and our project director, join us. So this marked a before and after, since he knew the community from the inside. He became being the human bridge between the communities and the Prodia Association, and of course all the families that we serve. And the same situation, I mean, in 2012, we didn't have a office. During all this time, all the meetings were carried in coffee meetings or in the communal rooms in the communities. And mostly of the time, Uber backpack he was carrying all the paper on his backpack, doing all the field work. So in 2012, finally, we had a place, a small place to call home. So we opened our first physical office at SETPRO here in Pucará. It was a small room, maybe of 3 by 4 meters. Uh, so this wasn't a luxury; it was an urgent need. So now we can have a space where we can receive authorities, where we can receive a people, and a place where we can store all the archives and all the documents. But I think the most important thing is the sign to show to the community that we are not just visitors. I mean, we are not visitors at all. We are neighbors, and now we have a space to listen them. That we are happy to stay and support and work together with all the projects. Remembering the dental activity that we had in the with PARA, no, that give the seed to think about in dental health. In February of 2013, another member joined our team. That is Doctora Maria de Carmen Aragon. She's a dentistry, and she joined the team. And she launched the Kusikiru Dental Program, providing dental services with our mobile equipment, going into the further communities. And after working the communities, then we will be able to offer some dental services into the schools around Pucará. So the people of the communities now they can have access to preventive um, and restorative activities. So this is how in 2013 our dental program was starting, and we have more people in our team. So these additions taught us that rural development isn't achieved with manuals, but with people who shares a mission and vision. What is that? Is we like to contribute to the comprehensive development of rural communities and organization. But other milestone that I would like to mention in 2013 is we covered already with the rotating funds program the economic development. We had the dental program, but then we need to think about the financial issues that we need to address. So we start the saving program that year. The saving program start too. So I'm thinking about teach the people in the communities how they can manage their finances, how they can learn about the saves. So we start the saving program in that year with a few groups. It was a lot in 2013. So now we had a team, now we had a physical office location. So in that year, it was time to scale. thinking in doing some partnership with academic organizations. So we start the collaboration with the Pomona College and Pitzer College. The volunteers came down to the field and work in and made some field work in focusing in the health issues in our communities. So at this moment, the work model is recognized for the impact and is considering as a case study for rural development in applied anthropology. So we'll see this later when the Chijnaya Foundation and with the Dr. Bolton and other professionals work and made a publication that have all this work in a book. Next, please. Now we are on 2014. We are still continuing the collaboration with other organizations and thinking about the working with the alpaca families. We had a tripartite alliance with one Peruvian organization named CONOPA and the other an American organization is a Ñuñoa Project and Saprodia. So we signed a collaboration with a clear objective that is to assess the urgent needs of alpaca breeders in the Andean communities where we were serving. So as a Prodia, we offer our experience in the rural development with technical expertise. That was the part of the Ñuñoa project and CONOPA, of course, the technical expertise in the alpaca management. So we focus on the earliest stage of this collaboration, address some health issues that their animals have in their communities, like enterotoxemia. So we expand our collaboration. We work together. So this is how the seed of the beginning of the alpaca project. Meanwhile, in the year, our rotating fund program is still expanding. We went from working from 12 communities. From 7 communities, adding 12 new communities. So during that year, we have a total 19 organizations as a part of the Prodia network. So here is in that year where the Chijnaya Foundation published the book with the experiences and the result of all the work that been carried during all these years, is named the Applied Anthropology in Today's Peru, produced by the Chijnaya Foundation. Something that I would like to mention here that it is important that is addressed in the book is it's a lesson that is the access to the credit when it's well designed and managed by the communities themselves becomes a tool for the real empowerment. So it wasn't just a theory that is in the books. We saw on the field, we saw on the daily lives of the family who were now able to invest in their land, livestock, and in businesses, and of course, I have a better income and a better life conditions. The next year, in 2015, now it was time thinking in our saving groups. Now was time to to make sure that the sustainability of the saving program is still growing. So our compañera Rosemary Montesinos joined our team. So as she started working from the saving groups, she started with 5 groups. Continue the work that we started earlier to now she is managing 20 groups, 20 saving groups. So Rosemary, with dedication, patience, not only brought financial education, talks to the community. She also became a mentor of a leader from all these groups because she teach to the people of these saving groups to how to plan a family budget, how to work on their savings, how to they invest in their small businesses or their money. So she's all the time in the field, providing technical support to the saving groups, ensuring that each of these people in the groups understand the power of their saving and of course the financial decisions. Ah, so now we are on the 2016. So we are still expanding as an organization. We are still expanding as a program, but I would like to mention two significant milestones. One is related to enhance our operational capacity to do a better serve to the communities, and the other is reinforce our commitment to applied knowledge. So the first one in July of 2016, we moved to another office, to a bigger place, much larger and centrally located space near Pucará. I mean near the main plaza of Pucará. So this wasn't just a change of direction; it was a strategic step because it was led us to optimize our operations, facilitate the coordination with the organization of the ProDia network, and above all, uh, having a place that reflects the growth and the professionalization. I'm sorry about my misspelling of our work. In the same year, or the other milestone that I mentioned before is that we started a collaboration with a group of students of the anthropology of the University San Agustin that is named CEALEP. So this student came down to the field to immerse themselves in the communities in the ProDia network. So to go beyond the hard data, the students help us to do some research in the field. They will be able to participate on the meetings of the communities. So they wasn't not only observers, they were learners, and they document all the participations processes in the communities that we already promoting. In 2018, we start a collaboration with Water Charity. We work together in some water projects in the Altiplano, like irrigation systems, sanitation facilities, water collection and conservation, toilets. So we have some projects working with them. So the following years, it was just sustainable growth and consolidation of the ProDia Association, having all this accumulate learning, working with the communities. So we are still expanding our program. But to 2018, in the rotating funds program, we have more communities and organizations. We diversified our activities or our projects, like not only investing in infrastructure, we focus on projects in crafts with artisans. We focus working with in agriculture. So we are still growing. I mean, in the saving program, with Rosemary leadership, the groups not only save, but they learn to start dreaming big, so that they can do it doing better financially. In the health program, Doctora María del Carmen Aragón is still providing dental training to more communities or schools, providing these preventive talks, teaching them about how to properly brush their teeth, how do they can take care of their teeth, and of course complementary. I mean, doing some complementary recovery activities. In the scholarship program, we are still having more people from more students from our communities giving the chance that they can continue their studies in the higher education institutions. So we are still growing, but when everything seems that we are moving forward without stopping, something happens in 2020. That was the real challenge when the pandemia shows. So there was a big challenge for all the team, for all the community. We need to have to interrupt our face-to-face activities, especially considering that all the decisions in the communities and organizations are made in the big assembleas. So we need to stop doing that, doing remotely. But we need to, as a team, we need to think in how we can face this challenge. So we start to adapting our programs from presence to virtual, and we respond having our radio program in a local radio satel from Pucará. So now I invite you to watch the video of our first program that was launched in May 9 on 2020.
Gobierno del Perú, el Perú primero.
Muy buenos días con todos ustedes, estimados oyentes que nos vienen escuchando en las diferentes comunidades y en los distritos de Pucará y José Domingo Choquehuanca a partir del día de hoy, sábado 9 de mayo del año 2020, año de la universalización de la salud. Estamos dando inicio a un nuevo programa radial promovido pues por la Asociación Prodía, denominado Economía y Salud al Día. Un programa orientado a compartir educación financiera y salud, dirigido para toda la población en general. También de antemano, pues agradecer de manera muy especial a la Gerencia General de la Radio SATEL por brindarnos este espacio para poder dirigirnos a toda la población en general.
Thank you, Mackenzie. So we are still on 2020. We have the radio program Salud y Economía al Día, where we will be able to talk about health. I mean, how about the COVID-19 prevention, oral hygiene, and other health themes, and in the other hand, about the financial training in crisis, especially with the pandemia. So how to the people how can manage their savings. So there was the radio program was a space where we can have a voice and to all the people around Pucará and the communities where so they can hear us. And in the other hand, we start working we support the local center, providing the some medical implements to the doctors and the nurses in Pucará, so they can combat, they can fight. I mean, going out to the communities to test, doing all the tests and help us, the people in the community. What happened with the other programs? I mean, we continue with the scholarship program. The students going to the virtual, and in the rotating funds. We reinvent this program. I will mention like with one keyword, that is flexibility. So all the loans that needs to be repaid, that they extend the payment terms to relieve pressure to the people in the communities. So it was a demonstration of the resilience of the community model in the face of the external crisis. Even with all this situation with the pandemia, we added a new community join our network, demonstrating that even on the crisis, the community model grows. And in the saving program, in the other hand, we have zero dropout of the zero dropouts of the saving groups, but actually we have three new saving groups were created, and the lesson that we learn as a team, I will mention that crises bring us closer together. So we finished that 2020 year completed with a total of 28 communities and organizations, and is still expanding our Prodia network. So now I would like to talk about present some milestones from the present date. I mean, from 2021 to 2025. So the 2021 was a year, a pandemia, post-pandemia recovery. So we are still having some expansion. But the first thing that I would like to mention that in 2023, we have a new location. So we moved to another bigger home, very well located in front of the Pucará main plaza. So we moved to this. There is the picture of a new location that now is our actual headquarters. So here we have a bigger space to coordinate the meetings and attend the needs of our 49 network communities. Thinking that we are now serving in 8 districts of Puno, and we are still working. The other thing that I would like to mention is that our water projects. Since we are expanding and start working in the Mantani Island, that is about almost 3 hours from here, from Pucará. Amantani Island is divided by communities, and all these communities have a lack of access to potable water. So in 2023, we finished with the work, with the implementation of our first water project through solar pumping system with solar panels that was in Villa Orinojon. So I will like to recognize the hard work of the people of this community, because they work for 9 months digging in the field, moving all the rocks, going up to the hill from the Titicaca Lake, I mean from the shore of the Titicaca Lake, to install all the pipes, to do all the installation to their houses. But finally the project was complete. So 120 families now they have access to water, and of course it's an improve for their health. It have effects into their economy, because they can provide a better services for the rural tourists in their houses. So I'm sorry. So this shows us that this model can be replicable model. This project. So then we start working the same project in other community. Next slide, please. Okay. So early of 2024, we still our collaboration with other organizations. I mean, collaborating with other institutions, it is important, because make us more strength, and having the same or sharing the same vision and mission, then we can have a better results. And of course, the people in the communities can be better served with the different projects. So we have. I would like to mention two important collaboration. One with the UNA University, with the anthropology school. This is our second year that we are working with them. The last year we have a group of volunteers that came to the field, working with Uber in the rotating funds program, doing the attending the meetings with the people in the community, and help us in the initial diagnosis, and having all this data that help us to thinking and planning in the future projects. So this year will be the second year We are just starting the last month on the preparation, so we are expecting having the next month the group of these students going into the field. And the other collaboration that we made the last year on 2024, we had a visit of the UPC group of students. They are communication students, and they learn and have an experience how is the work in the community, how the community take their own decisions. I mean, so but all this give us I mean, the goal is that the students can learn about community, and so they can apply in their professions later when they are out and work, so they can understand how is their this experience, how they can this experience can apply into their future professions. Also, finally, in 2024, we have the second implementation of the water project, replying our first experience in Villa Orinojon. But in this community, they have a larger family, so we doubled the results. There was 240 families that they can access to the water in their houses. And of course, this project have a affect into their economy and the other activities like in their small huertas that they have in their houses. Next slide, please. So the present day, I mean, we have a commitment team. All this work is that we are doing is to serve our network of communities and organizations. We have a network of 49 communities. We have presence in 8 districts of Puno, and all our programs are working well. Dental program, scholarship program. We have this year 49 students. In the dental program, Doctora Aragon is working in a school with all the salones, providing these preventive and recuperative procedures with the students. Rosemary is managing and leading 20 saving groups. And I would like to mention that with this expansion, we have now a new member who joined our team. She's our internship. Her name is Zaida Gonzalez. She's an economist. So we are a multidisciplinary team now in Prodia. She's doing a great job with Uber on the rotating funds program. She's helping us to keep on a date all the information about the loans. She's systematizing all the data on the rotating funds. So we are so happy to have her in our team. So until today, in 2025, we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Chijnaya Foundation. 2 decades to remember, and I would like to mention as Margaret Mead said, never that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, is the only thing that ever has. I would like to invite now to see this video. So this is a small video that can show different projects that have been carrying on during all these 20 years. 20 years ago, Chijnaya was just a village in the highlands, and today is a symbol of what happens when communities lead their own development. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about Don Ignacio, who's here with me. It's about Saul Guaita. It's about our becarios, Doña Janet. I can mention numbers of people who are our friends. There is hundreds of people who are behind of each achievement that we been doing during all these 20 years. To all of you communities, organizations that help us collaborate with us during all this time, to the Prodia team, to the Chijnaya Foundation. Thank you, thank you. I invite you to continue working together. I mean, because the best tribute to these 20 years is to build the next 20 with the same passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. That was such an insightful history, and I know it's a lot of information to pack in. So thank you for summarizing that for us. We also wanted to just quickly highlight, I know David just mentioned it's not about numbers, but what I would like to look at with these numbers is think of all the individuals, like David just said as well, that are behind these programs. So I know many of you have received an impact report, which has some of our cumulative numbers since the beginning of our history, but it also has numbers that we've been able to achieve over the last year. So here are a couple we just wanted to briefly highlight before we discuss some of our future plans. So in our rotating funds program, we have accumulated, managed, and reinvested more than $1.1 million by those 48 communities since 2007. In the savings program, more than $1.2 million has been accumulated by 30 savings groups since its beginnings in 2015. More than 690 scholarships, almost 700 scholarships have been awarded to students from 27 different communities in the Altiplano since 2007. And in our health program, almost 22,000 fluoride and curative dental treatments have been provided since 2013. So again, it's not about the numbers, it's about the folks behind those numbers. And I think it's just so amazing to see how in 20 years we've grown from working with one community to almost 50. And that's something that you all can be proud of having a hand in. So thanks again, David, for that wonderful summary. We're almost done. I know we're kind of past the hour here, so for those that might need to continue onwards, no worries. But we did want to mention some of our important goals that we have looking both the short term, medium, and long term future wise. So I wanted to pass the microphone back to Dr. Ricardo if he's still with us, so he can briefly touch on these goals that we have. Dr. Ricardo, the microphone is yours. Dr. Ricardo, you're on mute. If you're trying to speak, we can't hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, about these films, our principal programs now is try to include a new communities in the Prodia REIT, the Prodia network. The same activities is offer alliance with the other groups of people for offer support to the communities, and our plan is at the moment we have connect with the university, with the Universidad Nacional del Altiplano, that is the local university here in Puno, and we are in contact with other universities in Peru for say that for explain was our work in Prodia, and try to organize the volunteers program with the alums from the university. So it's very important for us apply to research this kind of programs for volunteers, and we think that it's important to expand with workshops in financial education and digital tools for help to position to the people with work with Prodia. This is very important because we think that is begin recognizing the rural development leaders. So about about the looking forward and medium and long time, we think that is very important. Document share the PRODIA methodology for reference model, because it's not common here this kind of methodology for work and offer this kind of support in this principle in south of Peru. Few weeks ago, we see that some other organizations have similar methodology than PRODIA here, but we hope that start in contact with them for interchange the experience. The Diversity Fundate is with other private international cooperation is very important too. So the innovation, the digital innovation for offer the new tools to the communities, because we think that it's really, really important that the communities still connect with all the world for over the works and explain what do the communities. The leadership become Peru's leading rural development organization with national recognition and policy influence. This is very important because the people in the communities is not common that relationship with other policies, and these influences. I think that is very, very important. This kind of projects that we work with the communities in PRODIA is very, very interesting, because the people can open the mind for see what happened around the world. So in this moment, I'd like to ask the people here in this meeting, what do you think that is the most valuable thing that we have the people at the moment? I don't know if you understand my question. In Spanish said, ¿qué creen que es lo más valioso que tenemos las personas en este momento? Any kind, say hi.
Thank you, Dr. Ricardo. If anybody would like to answer his question, feel free to speak up. Go ahead, Dr.
Mackenzie, for me, I think that the more important thing that have the people at the moment is the time. And the time that we offer the membership of Chijnaya and PRODIA, we offer our time to make the donations reach communities working. They improve their lives. All the donation in Chijnaya and PRODIA, we are volunteers. And all the donations, we work and we offer our time for the communities working to improve their lives. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
think that was a beautiful statement by Dr. Ricardo, and I just want to add to his wonderful question about what do we believe is the most important thing that we might see or hope would happen in our work with these communities. And I'd have to say that what was most impressive to me last January was the pride that the members of the Chijnaya network, the members of those communities, when they reported on what they had accomplished, because it was clearly their accomplishment and their sense of ownership of the successes that they had had. They appreciated the support, but it was also the pride that they felt in what they had accomplished. So thank you for that question, Dr. Ricardo.
If I could offer my answer to Dr. Ricardo's question, I would say it's the spontaneous efforts of the becarios, the scholarship recipients, to gather together in groups and serve their own communities. That's an perhaps unexpected outcome of the investments made in the scholarships that speak to the value of networking and volunteering, as we just heard, and the collective effort to improve the communities that Prodia and Chijnaya Foundation serve. Thank you.
Thanks, Roland. All right. All this work means that we need to provide them with a lot of support. It's wonderful to see how everyone has been gathering together, rallying around Prodia and the Chijnaya Foundation, and allowing us to meet some really amazing goals and continue to grow every year. And so I know Susie mentioned this at the beginning of the presentation, but I just wanted to draw attention to it one last time. This summer, we are going to be highlighting again some of those amazing milestones that we've reached over the last 20 years. And in celebration of those 20 years, we thought it very pertinent to, very timely to set a higher goal than we've ever set for our summer campaign of $120,000. So thanks to some of those generous donors that Susie mentioned, the Western Wind Foundation and some other board members and supporters, we have secured that match. So that means your gift starting today through the end of the summer, July 31st, will be matched. So what better way to double your impact than to join us during that campaign. We'll be sending out a snail mail letter with some of those highlights that we traditionally do. So be on the lookout in your mailbox, and we'll be also sending out some fun emails this summer that highlight not only some of the individuals we've heard from, but as well as some other scholarship recipients and other beneficiaries throughout our 20 years. So we're really excited about, and again, all of these accomplishments could not have been achieved without all of you. We're so grateful that you continue to support us. I do want to turn the microphone back over to a few of our special guests. I know they wanted to say a few words. So I'd like to give the microphone to Señor Ignacio. Don Ignacio, si quiere decir unas palabras, aquí estamos atentos y gracias nuevamente por acompañarnos. Adelante.
Señores fundadores de la Asociación por Día, Fundación Chijnaya, señores socios activos de todo lo que acompañe la Asociación por Día, doctor Ralph Bolton, un gran amigo y mi hermano que dio inicio a este proyecto llamado Chijnaya. Para formar Chijnaya contó de 9 comunidades distrito de Taraco. Son Patascachi, Tonegrande, Tonerequina, Hassana, Huanculosco, Patascachi, Chapajachi, que son 9 comunidades, que un total de 230 socios, de los cuales muchos regresaron a ser lugar de su origen Taraco. Y al final quedamos 63 socios, quienes logramos programa de nuestro Chijnaya Pucara. Luego, comunidades campesinas de la actualidad centro poblado. De manera muy especial, agradezco total el apoyo que me brinda doctor Rand Bolton, doctor Jaime Esler y doctor que finó Hugo Contreras, que son mines de la oficina Corpuno. Agradece al ingeniero Hugo Contreras, ingeniero Valcárcel, que a todos los tenemos que, fueron muchos guías para el desarrollo de Chijnaya. Gracias al apoyo que una beca para jóvenes de la Centro Poblado Chijnaya, que son los cuatro, en mi persona Ignacio Barrán Zapana, Cirilo Parezuaña, Tomás Araca, Vicente Parisela. Gracias por el Estados Unidos que nos ha dado una beca, en donde aparecimos cuatro jóvenes de Chicnaya, mucha experiencia como, como es operar máquina, manejo de ganado, vacuno, ovino, el mejoramiento de la agricultura. Me siento muy feliz por todos los apoyos que brinda la asociación por día, tales como enseñanza de voluntarios de Estados Unidos que vinieron varios días, apoyo de becas, varios hijos de Puno que se han beneficiado con su estudio, apoyo con convertizar, apoyo con instalaciones de piso forrajero, apoyo con la artesanía, que nos ha apoyado bastante de artesanía, en su presencia de Ralph Bolton. E incluso gracias, nos ha donado un tractor internacional y trabajamos con eso. Y todo de estos más apoyos, quiero despedirme con la idioma inglés. We call el presidente United States. I am, I am Ignacio Barran de Zapana. I go to United States 9 months. Eh, will calm this work in Portia. Ralph Bolton. Thank you very much, everybody, people, the United States. Today, very happy. 20, 20 years, 20 years working in this Puno. Thank you very, very much, everybody, people. Good luck. Good night.
Bien hecho, bien hecho. Gracias, señora Ignacio.
Don Ignacio. También quiero dar la palabra a don Ciriaco Quispe, quien era la persona que contactó al doctor Ralph Bolton al inicio de toda nuestra historia. Así que adelante, don Ciriaco. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros.
Buenas noches. ¿Se me escucha? Por favor, doctor David, darme comprendido.
Muy bien.
Se le escucha su camarita
Gracias.
nomás un poquito hacia arriba, por favor.
A ver, tengo un pequeño desperfecto de mi cámara. A ver, no sé. A ver. Ahora,
No,
no sé. Sí, a lo mejor. A ver, ya está. Ok. Gracias. Em, muchas gracias por la invitación, en primer lugar, al doctor David. Para mí es un grato honor estar en esta reunión muy importante. Empezaré. Doctora Susi Borg, presidenta de Fundación Chijnaya, señores miembros de la Fundación Chijnaya, doctor Ricardo Roca, presidente de la Asociación Prodía, señores ejecutivos de la Asociación Prodía, presentes todos en esta sala virtual. Muy buenas noches. En esta fecha importante, mis primeras palabras Con alegría y emociones, feliz aniversario Fundación Chijnaya, institución sin fines de lucro, luz de esperanza, brazo derecho de los pueblos más olvidados y pobres de la región de Puno. Han transcurrido 20 años de trabajo denodado, son 20 años de compromiso inquebrantable en la mejora de la calidad de vida de las poblaciones más vulnerables, pobres y alejadas de la región de Puno, Perú. Sabemos que la Fundación Chijnaya, a través de la Asociación Prodía, ha trabajado duro durante estos tiempos. Ha liderado intervenciones, proyectos y programas de desarrollo humano sostenible, principalmente en sus ejes de salud, educación y emprendimiento económico microempresarial, contribuyendo significativamente al bienestar de miles de puneños peruanos. En estos 20 años de trabajo, en el aniversario de Fundación Chijnaya, en mi condición de ciudadano puneño, natural, neto del centro poblado Chijnaya, Pucará, quiero expresar mi saludo y agradecimiento a la presidenta de la Fundación, doctora Susie Burke, y a todos sus miembros de la Fundación Chijnaya, en especial al doctor Ralph Bolton, pionero de la Fundación Chijnaya. Mi gratitud a todos ustedes por el trabajo solidario que han realizado. El trabajo de ustedes ha permitido llegar cada vez, año tras año, a muchas personas pobres de Puno, en Perú. Por ello, mi profundo agradecimiento a la Fundación Chijnaya y a la Asociación Prodía por el trabajo solidario denonado que han realizado en estas dos décadas en beneficio de las personas más pobres y vulnerables de la región Puno. En este aniversario, auguro a la Fundación Chijnaya que sigan adelante con su trabajo, que sigan cosechando muchos logros en beneficio de las comunidades rurales del sur del Perú, tal como establece la visión y misión de la Fundación Chijnaya. Que Dios les bendiga a la presidenta y miembros de la Fundación Chijnaya y que la Virgen de la Candelaria les cuide y les acompañe. Un abrazo a cada uno de ustedes. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a usted. Abrazos fuertes.
Muchas gracias, don Siriaco. También, I wanted to also allow Ralph to say a few words if you'd like to. I know a lot of this has been, these words have been directed to you, and of course we would not exist without you. And we'd love to, if you'd like to add anything. I know there's plenty of stories that you could probably share, and I really enjoyed when we were in Peru hearing some of them firsthand. But yes, please, if you'd like to say something, Ralph, the floor is yours.
Uh, it's nice to see all of you here, and I'm delighted to participate in this 20th anniversary of the Chijnaya Foundation and its associated Prodi Association. I'll provide just a little bit of context that I think is important. While the foundation is only 20 years old, and as Susie said, that's an accomplishment in itself that it exists after 20 years. But it dates back to essentially 1962 and 1963. And as a result of a tragedy that occurred in the area of Puno when I was a Peace Corps volunteer. And I was recruited by engineer Hugo Contreras, who's been mentioned, to participate in a program that would relocate flood victims from communities around Lake Titicaca to another location that would be safer in the future. It was not an easy project. We had a lot of obstacles. We couldn't find anybody who would sell us an hacienda. And let me provide the context of the 60s in Puno on the Altiplano. It's a very different world from what it is now. The villages around Lake Titicaca were indigenous and families owned little plots of land. But the rest of the Department of Puno was divided into large rural estates with owners who often lived in Lima or even abroad. It was very undeveloped. They were basically didn't care much about developing their properties, only to reap the rewards of having some colonos, as they're called, work and produce wool from sheep and a few other products. It was a time when life expectancy was very low. Infant mortality before the age of 5 was approximately was about 50%. And the conditions were really rather terrible. So we had a problem with getting an hacienda, but finally the Bishop of Puno offered to sell us one because the church owned a number of properties. And we managed that. But we also had a lot of political opposition because the landowners did not want to see this kind of land reform, although it was presented as an emergency situation, not land reform, to get around that. So that it succeeded despite itself. And here we are, what, is it 70 years, no, 60 some years later, roughly, with this. So those were the conditions. And let me just say a few things about the foundation since its beginning 20 years ago. And it was the result of the visit that Ciriaco Quispe mentioned, and thanks to his invitation. In the beginning, the foundation has always been based on volunteerism. And during the first 10 years, roughly, until we created the Association Pro Dia, there were no employees at all. No one got paid to do anything until much later. And in fact, the Chijnaya Foundation itself did not have a paid employee, and now it has basically only one, until the late teens, 20 teens. I'm not sure the exact year, but Mackenzie's predecessor. So in the first 10 years or so, basically it was operated by David, Robert, and myself out of our house and out of David's living quarters in Peru. And to this day, board members receive no compensation. Officers receive no compensation. It is all based on volunteer work. Obviously, the Association Pro Dia has to have paid employees in order to carry out full-time work. But in the beginning, we were very informal. In fact, we were so informal that we were flying under the radar as far as the Peruvian government was concerned, and that had to change eventually. But it allowed us a period of doing a lot without having to worry about the bureaucrats. So the theory behind our principles that we operate with actually go back even further than the early 1960s. They go back to Alan Holmberg's project in Vicos, and they include what is most important, integrated development. That is, as an organization, we don't just carry out one kind of project, but carry out multiple projects in the same communities because they are all related. Which leads to an interesting observation, I think, and that is if we listed the types of projects that the foundation has engaged in during these 20 years, it is astonishing. And what it reflects is the fact that we have always been open to scanning the horizon to see what the needs are and responding to those. And also pretty much insisting that the needs come from the expression of the communities themselves, not ideas that we impose to them. One of our characteristics is we are able to connect other organizations to these communities and therefore provide a service to other nonprofit organizations as they look to do their own type of work in the community. So we've mentioned Loma Linda University, Water Charity, Engineers Without Borders, and so forth. So we look for opportunities where we can have others get involved in the activities that are needed in the communities. Another characteristic of the foundation is we don't believe in asistencialismo, which is the Peruvian term for simply handing out things, but rather the focus is on development of the community itself to be able to manage its own affairs in the future. And so, yes, we do donate funds to the rotating funds, but those are not to individuals. Those simply provide a resource that can be drawn upon, but does belong to the community. And one of the wonderful things about that is that that money, every cent of that money continues to work year after year after year. It is not spent and gone. So any money donated to the foundation that goes into those projects will be working for a long time to come. And I think that's also important. I should point out that we receive no government funds. We have never received government funding for anything. And I would add that in this time of retrenchment and withdrawal from the world scene in terms of the U.S. aid to countries that are developing, volunteer organizations, nonprofit organizations are going to be more important than ever before to at least partially replace what no longer will be available from government. And finally, let me say, we believe in long-term contact with communities and knowing the people, and we think that is really important to our success. So our staff is available all the time to people in the communities to come and talk with them. They're accessible. We get to know the people. They become our friends. And that personal contact, I think, is extremely important, especially in the context of Puna, where outsiders and each other are sometimes mutually suspect. And so getting to know people on a personal level, participating in their fiestas, participating in their activities, and enjoying being with them. And for me, one of the most gratifying experiences is simply to participate in meetings in the communities where they discuss their needs and desires and hopes. With that, I think I will just end by saying I'm so proud of everybody who participates in this work. To Susie for her leadership, Mackenzie for her hard work, to the board members of the foundation, to the board member, to President Roca of the association, and to David, who holds everything together, and to the board members of the association as well. And a special thanks also to all of those who have donated funds, no matter how small or how much, to this common effort to improve conditions in what is still one of the poorest and neglected areas of Peru, and which I believe was mentioned by Ciriaco Quispe as well. The need is definitely there, and I'm just proud of this organization, and it is very gratifying to me to see all of you here. And thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ralph, for being with us. It's just for everything you've done. We're totally grateful. That context was so important and so critical. And thank you for everything that you bring to all of us. It makes such a huge difference.
I want to echo that. Thank you, Dr. Rolf. That was really wonderful. And I know we're way over our time here, but David wanted to say a few last words and then we'll carry on. But thank you all for being patient. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, I would like to just a few words that behind all these achievements, behind all the works with the community and all the friends that we have, there is a team. As I mentioned, we have we recruit no employers. I mean, we recruit leaders, and they are doing a great job in their work. I will recognize all the hard work of Doctora Maria del Carmen Aragon. She's in charge of the dental program, and she keeps our records in the administration very well. I would like to thank to Rosemary Montesinos since she joined our team. She lead all our saving program. Sometimes she's doing work out of office hours. So thank you so much. I would like to thank now the new member of the team, Saida Gonzalez. She's attending. It's the first time that she's meeting all of you by camera, but she's enthusiastic. She's doing a great job in the record. She's now going out to the field, meeting the people our friends and the leaders and authorities in the communities. So we are so happy to have her, and of course, Licenciado Juber Aguirre. He's our project director. He was very crucial in, as I mentioned on the report and on my presentation, being the bridge between the Prodia and the families, as takes the voice of our desires to help the people in the community. So we are a very committed team, and we like to thank all the Prodia board that is helping us leading the organization. So our commitment for the not only maybe now we are celebrating the 20 years, we are commitment to still serving the families and the friends that we have in the communities for the next 20 years. So thank you so much to all of you, and thank you.
Gracias, David. Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Again, it was so wonderful to see so many familiar faces. Gracias a los que nos están acompañando desde Perú. Pues ha sido un gusto estar aquí con ustedes y agradecemos todo su apoyo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mackenzie.
Take care,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye,
Have
everyone.
a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Great to
Bye-bye.
see everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Sal.
Hi. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
Mhm.